Hello, everyone. Hi, stamping friends. Let me minimize this so I can see your comments that way. Okay, how is everyone doing? As you get the notification, hop on and say hi and let me know where you're watching from. And if this is your first time here, welcome, and welcome to those of you returning. So my name is Terry Hartley, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Iowa, in the United States. And I'm so happy that you've dropped by. Today is Tuesday, January the 18th, and I come live on Tuesday at 1 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube. So if you see the live up in the corner, then you know you're watching this live. Otherwise, you're watching the replay. But either way, leave me a comment because I read all the comments. So today in Iowa, I have to talk about the weather because this time last year I was in Florida visiting, and it was a lot warmer than it is in the winter in Iowa. But it is in the 40s today, so it's a great day to get out and do something, because tomorrow the low is going to be in the -degree. So we're going to be in the deep freeze for a few days. But right now, today, it's a sunshiny day and it's in the 40s. Some of that snow that we received a few days ago, hopefully will melt. Okay, well, I know you're here for some stamping. And before we do that, I want to give away some prizes. So I have the card that I made last week. And the winner of the random drawing for leaving a comment last week is Karen Newby of Texas. So Karen, I need your address. So if you could email me your address, that would be great. My email is rusticbarncards@gmail.com. And if anyone would like the dimensions, the supplies I used, and the directions, then sign up for my email. And if you're already signed up for my email, then you've already received this. You've received the dimensions and the supplies and the directions. But if you sign up for my newsletter this month in January, you will get my normal free tutorial for signing up. Plus, you will also get the tutorial for this cute little otter's birthday card that I made last week. Hi, Norma. Good to see you. Oh, in the rain. Well, that's not good either. Hopefully, does that mean freezing rain, or is it warm enough it won't freeze? So this card I made with the celebration, Awesome Otters. So again, if you would like the dimensions for this, just sign up for my newsletter over at rusticbarncards.com. And Karen, send me your email, or send me your address to my email so I can get this sent off to you. All right. Well, for sharing my video last week, congratulations to Avis Anderson. I think, Avis, you were on vacation last week in California, but I don't have your address. So reach out to me, contact me, and let me know your address. Email me. And you have won this beautiful blushing metallic ribbon for sharing my video. Oh, well, I'm glad you're not having freezing rain now, because 2 weeks ago you did. Well, that wasn't good. I don't like freezing rain. And the random winner, or the winner of my random drawing, I'll get that kind of figured out here, for placing an order with me this week. Congratulations, Nancy Schwartz of Minnesota. And I do have your address, and you have won the stamp set called Summer Days, and that will be out in the mail to you tomorrow. Hi, Judy. Good to see you. So again, if you live in the United States, I want you to leave a comment wherever you live. But if you live in the United States, I'm able to send prizes to you, and I'll put you in a random drawing. So in order to win a prize, leave a comment, share my video, and if you place an order with me, you'll be in a random drawing. So those are 3 ways. Now, last week, I did something a little bit special. So I have another winner. I added all the names that of you who left a comment on my live or replay, and who shared my video and who placed an order with me. And I drew 1 name for a free spot on my online global retreat that's coming up next month in February. So congratulations, drum roll. Congratulations, Judy Newquist of Iowa. You have won the free spot in my online global retreat. So way to go. Today, we are going to make a fun fold, and I was inspired by Connie Stewart, and she called it a triple wiper card. I'm going to call it a wiper fun fold. And so it's easy fun fold. It doesn't look as easy when you first look at it, but I think we can, I think I can show you that it is easy. So let me turn a little more light on. All right, so I'm going to show you what we're going to need. And then if you stay with me, I have another card at the end. But before I do that, really quick, a couple of things. Most of you know that celebration is going on now through the end of February, and that is when you place a qualifying order of $50 or $100, you can choose items out of here. So if you choose $100, you could choose 2 of the $50 products, or you could choose 1 of the 100 and get those free. And this is our brand new mini catalog, which is live now through June. So if you do not have either one of these catalogs, reach out to me. And we are going to be using the Sweet Conversation bundle that is in our in our new mini catalogs on page 8. And we're going to be using the bundle and the beautiful real red linen ribbon. And then the online crafting trio, which I'm a part of, we are putting on the online global retreat. If you live in the United States, I have 1 spot left. So email me at rusticbarncards@gmail.com if you'd like that spot, or call me because I have 1 spot that's left. So I wanted to make sure that you know that first come. So whoever I get the email from or calls, I will, you have that spot. My stamps club, my monthly stamps club, this is going to be for February, and we're going to be using the Hello Ladybug stamp set, and it is the cutest little stamp set. And the monthly stamps club is $30 a month. Yes, I was so happy to see that you were on, Judy. So I'm glad that you're excited about the retreat. It will be fun. The Stamps Club is $30 a month. And for that $30, you actually do receive a stamp set. You'll get the Hello Ladybug. Now, if you already own that, you just contact me and we'll swap it out with another one at the same value. You also will receive, besides the stamp set, a video tutorial, and you'll get a card kit in the mail to make 6 cards. And you can get more information at rusticbarncards.com. And then the other thing really quick, this is a perfect time to join my team of Rustic Barn Stampers. You choose $125 worth of product, you pay $99. But right now through the end of February, you can also choose 2 free stamp sets. And we call this a starter kit. And after your starter kit, then you can receive 20% discount on all of your crafting supplies. So that is pretty awesome. You don't have to sell anything. You don't have to make any videos, or you can be a hobby crafter and earn a discount. So that's pretty awesome. Of course, you can run it as a business if you want to, but you don't have to. All right, let's get to stamping. So today we're going to be using the Sweet Conversations and the Sweethearts dies. I'm also going to be using 2 of the stitched rectangles. I just have it in this holder. And let me bring in what we're going to need. So you're going to need cardstock, and I have chosen the polished pink cardstock, and I'm going to show you how to cut this. You will need 3 pieces of polished pink cardstock, and they are all 3 cut at 1 3/4 by 4. And I will later today have the dimensions down below in the show more if you're on YouTube, or in the description on Facebook. So the cardstock is 1 by 3 and 3. I'll try that again. 1 3/4 by 4 inches. 3 of those. All right. Then you're going to need a scrap of basic white and a scrap of Highland Heather. And you're going to need 2 basic white, and these are cut at 3 3/4 by 5. And then you're going to need a Highland Heather cardstock, and it'll be cut at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And we're also going to need some of that real red linen ribbon. And we'll need, of course, some gems, but you can help me with that later. And we're going to need our Memento black ink. We'll need polished pink, and we're going to need Highland Heather. So those are the 3 ink colors that we're going to need. Now I'm going to bring in our trimmer, and I'm going to bring in our polished pink cardstock, which is a full sheet. And I'm going to place this so we have the 11 inches down here, because we're going to have, it's going to be 5 1/4 by 11. So that's a little bit different. So I'm going to place this at 5 1/4. And then I'll lay this aside, and I can use this layer. I can use this later if I need to, because I'm going to die cut a couple of hearts out, so I can use that. Now, I'm going to turn my cardstock, and I'm going to do some scoring. So I'm going to push my cutting blade out of the way, and I'm going to score at 1 3/4. And then I'm going to score at 3 1/2. I'm going to open up the trimmer, and I'm going to turn the cardstock completely around, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other end of the cardstock. I'm going to place this at 1 3/4, and I'm going to score it by using the lighter score blade. I like to go back and forth several times, as you can tell. And then I'm going to score it at 3 1/2. Let me make sure I get it. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to move the trimmer out of the way so we can fold this. You will need a bone folder. So we are going to fold this over And then we are going to fold this back this way. And you really want to crease this because as good as you can, because it will be important as you will see. And then we're going to do the same thing over here. So we're going to take this fold right here, and I'm just going to fold it in. Take my bone folder and crease it. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to fold it back. Do this way because I really want to try to get this to lay down. So when you get through, it'll look like this, and it will not be completely in the, it won't reach in the middle, and that's okay. We don't want it to. So far so good. So see, to me, that's the hardest part, and it wasn't hard, right? You can do that. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to bring in those 3 pieces of polished pink cardstock that are cut at 1 3/4 by 4, and we're going to adhere them to this. I'm going to go ahead and bring in my silicone craft sheet just so I don't get any glue by chance on my work surface. And I'm going to use liquid glue, but you could use Stampin' Seal. That would be fine. And so the first one I'm going to place this. I'm going to over on the left. So I'm going to place it. I'm going to show you first. I'm going to place it right like that. So I'm going to add some adhesive up here in the top left-hand corner. And then I'm going to make sure this is even on the left and even at the top. And press that down. Okay, and now I'm going to bring in this one, this another piece of the polished pink, and we're going to adhere it at the bottom. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to add a little adhesive. And then add this at the bottom. Make sure I have it even on both sides there. And then I'm just going to kind of press that to give it a good, give it a little time to adhere. And now I'm going to bring in our 3rd strip, and I'm going to put it on the right-hand side. So we have a 2 on the left, and then I'm going to place this, and if I close this, I can put my glue right here because I'm going to place this right in here, and it should fit. So I'll put some adhesive right here. And we will bring in that other strip of 3rd strip of polished pink and add that. Sorry about that. And I'll hold that down a little bit. And here is the beginning of our fun fold. So let me lay that aside and we're going to do some stamping. That way this will adhere good. Excuse me, I'm going to get a drink of water real quick. I guess I'm not used to talking that much, right? At one time. Well, I do every Tuesday, so I don't know. All right, we're going to do a little stamping. So I'm going to bring in one of the basic white that is cut at 3 3/4 by 5. And we are going to use our Highland Heather, our polished pink, and our memento. But we're going to go ahead and just use these two right now. And I'm going to bring in the larger heart from our sweet conversation. I'm going to use this larger heart right here. And I'm going to use it in polished pink. So I'm going to ink that up. And I'm just going to randomly, excuse me, tickle in my throat. And I'm just going to randomly stamp these hearts. Oh, maybe we'll. Clean my stamp off camera. Then I'm going to bring in the Highland Heather. And I'm going to bring in a smaller heart, which is right here. And so we're kind of making our own DSP, aren't we? I do have one already finished, which is good because I just, well, I thought I messed up on that, but I was able to go back. It's not 8. Let's try that again. I think I am just getting in a hurry and I'm not pressing down evenly. And again, you're just, randomly doing this. So maybe I'll put one more right here. All right. And then what we'll do is that we'll fill this in. In the stamp set, you have like these circles here, these little dots, I guess. So you have a larger one and a smaller one. I'm going to use this small one right here. And I already have it on a block. And I'm going to bring in our black ink. And then I am just going to fill in. And if you want to, you can stamp off. And you can make some of them a little bit lighter. Or I could stamp here. And then I could stamp again over here. And even make it a little bit lighter. So you're just, filling in some of those spaces. Where there's white. And you're making your own DSP. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your trimmer, which I've already done. You're going to take your trimmer and then you are going to make 3 strips. And you will have, so this is your DSP that you've made. And then you'll have 3 strips. And you're going to cut these 1 5/8 by 3 3/4. I was going to show you. I'll bring in the trimmer. If you're like me, math is not my favorite subject. So if you need help finding the 5/8, so 1 5/8, you go ahead and you find it is, you find the half. So you find your, so 1.5, you find that, and it's 2 marks after that. So it's kind of in between the 1 3/4 and the 1.5. And so you find your half mark, and it's 2 marks after that. And that is, that would be your 1 5/8. Okay, so we have 3 of these, and I'm going to add these to our card in a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and bring in our other basic white that's 3 3/4 by 5, and we are going to stamp a greeting on that. I don't know, can you see that? There's like some like smudges on here. So I'm going to grab, I'm going to recut that. I don't like that. I don't know what happened. So we're going to cut really quick 5 by 3 3/4, because if you take time to do a card, you don't want it to be, you want it to look nice, right? So I'm gonna get that out of the way. That looks much better. Okay, let's go ahead. This is gonna be for the inside layer, and we're gonna bring in Happy Valentine's Day. And I'm going to bring in Love You. So I do need to add that to my block. I think I need to clean my blocks. And I'm going to use our black ink. And since these are the photopolymer, I could use my Stampin' Pierce mat, and that gives you a little bit of a cushion. So I need to really make sure that I'm pressing this evenly, straight down and straight up. So now we're finished with that for a while. And I'm going to bring in the Highland Heather. And I'm going to bring in Love You. And I'm going to place that right over here to the right. If I wanted to, I could add another heart or something, but I'm not going to. Now I'm going to, well, before we do that, I'm going to lay that aside. I want to get all of our die cutting done. So I'm going to bring in our basic white scrap and our Highland Heather. And this, so I have 2 stitched rectangles, and the smaller one, this is the 1 by 2 3/4. So I'm going to die cut the basic white, and then the larger stitch rectangle that I'm using, it's not the largest in the package, but it's the one that's just a little bit larger than this other one, and it is about 2 3 1/4. So I'm going to die cut those out, and I've already done that to save time. So we have our Highland Heather stitch rectangle and our basic white. And I'm going to put a greeting on the basic white, and I'm going to use Happy to Have You in My Life. So I will go ahead and I'm going to place it over to the right, because I'm going to add some little decorations on the left-hand side. So this greeting will be on the outside of our card. So I'm going to place it down just a little bit and over on the right. Happy to have you in my life. That isn't perfect, but we're going to live with it today. And then I'm going to add this to my Highland Heather layer. So we'll just put that right on here. and get it centered. And we're about ready to put our card together. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring our card, our wiper card back in. See where we get the wiper name, because it's kind of like wipers. And this card is one that will stand up too. So we're going to add the inside layer first. So I'm going to go ahead and add some adhesive. I'm going to open this up. And I'm going to place it right inside. And get it straight, which is one of the reasons I like to use that liquid adhesive, because you can have a little wiggle room, right? Kind of have to fight those wipers a little bit. All right. Okay, and now I'm going to bring in our DSP, and it's fairly easy. What you want to do is to line these up, because when you cut them, notice how this heart and this little piece here goes together, and then how the top of that heart matches with that one. Okay, and you can also, if you need to, you can also, number them. I guess I numbered that 3 and that 2 and that 1, but either way, just as long as they match up. So those 2 match up, those match up. So I think I was wrong in I think I was right the first time, wasn't I? There we go. So if you do number them, make sure you number them correctly. Okay, this matches up. So that's good. So what we're going to do, we're going to take this first one, and we're going to place it right here in the upper left-hand corner of our wiper. So I'm going to add some adhesive. I'm going to press that down, and then I'm going to add this right here. I'm going to leave a little bit of edge around. Press it down. And then I want to make sure, because this one matches up here, so this is going to go over here. But I'm going to go ahead and add the bottom one next. Add my adhesive. If you want to win this card, leave me a comment, because I will be giving this card away next week. And now we're going to add some adhesive on this piece of the strip of basic white that we stamped on. And we're going to add it over here to the right. I want to make sure that I get it. I'm going to close it this way because I want to make sure that I have it matched up. So they are. Yes. All right. So this is coming together. Now I'm going to add our greeting. I'm going to add it to the bottom of our card. But I'm only going to add adhesive on the bottom portion, because it's going to sit like this. And if I put it all over, well, we couldn't get the card open. So if I put it, we wouldn't be able to get our card open. So I'm just going to add adhesive on the bottom and just put it on the left-hand side like this. And while I'm doing that, I need some help from those of you watching today, because when I add gems, am I going to want to add maybe the iridescent rhinestones? Or do I want to add the pastel pearls? These are from the annual catalog. We have some purple and some pink. So do I want to add maybe the purple pearls or the lighter ones, or iridescent rhinestones? So pearls or rhinestones, I guess, is the question. So let me know if you think I should add the rhinestones or the pearls. And while you're thinking about that and letting me know, I am going to place this. I'm going to add some adhesive on the bottom. And then I am going to lay it like that so I can, and then I'm going to place this right here. So let me see your comments, see what you guys think. Okay, Judy's thinking rhinestones. Hi, Kathy. You're thinking the purple pearls. I kind of like that too. Normally you like the rhinestones, but the pearls are pretty as well. Okay. And Judy, you like the way the rhinestones sparkle. You know, those rhinestones are gorgeous. They certainly are. And we need to add this. This is missing something, right? So what I did, I took we have Sweetheart dies that you can purchase as a bundle with the stamp set. It's a little bit less expensive. You save 10% that way. And I took, you have lots of hearts, and this makes a cute little envelope. You can put something in. You have hearts that can cut out. So a lot of, the dies are just awesome in this set. So I use this small heart die, and I've already cut out. I use the scrap of Highland Heather and polished pink, and I have 3 hearts that we are going to add to our card. And I'm going to bring in some glue dots, and I'm going to bring in my take your pick tool. I'm going to use that pointy edge because these glue dots, they're almost as large as the hearts. And I don't want the glue dot to show. So I'm going to add this back here behind. And then I am going to put a heart right here. And I'm going to get another glue dot. And we're going to pick up that Highland Heather heart. And we'll put it right here. And then we will use this to kind of make this a little smaller, just kind of go around in a circle. And add our glue dot. These hearts are so tiny, but they're so cute. All right, now we need a bow. I decided to go with the, I know we have Highland Heather and polished pink, but I thought this would give a little splash of color. And I already made a bow to save on some time. And we can kind of get it like we want it. And I can see if I need to make it a little bit smaller. You can always snip it later, the ends, but I think that'll be fine. Okay, I'm going to bring in a couple of glue dots because I always like to add 2 glue dots to the back of my bows. You know that if you watch me. I just think it just gives it an extra, I think it's extra security. That's what we'll call it. So I want to place this up here, but I don't want my greeting to be covered. And I think I'm going to do a little snipping because I also kind of want my hearts that we added on there to show. And we can work with the bow a little bit and get him a little bit like we want him. And now we're ready to add some gems. Oh gosh, so it looks like we have 2 people thinks rhinestones, and Kathy and I think the purple pearls. But Norma, you did say the pearls would be fine too. So okay, let's try the pearls. Let's try the pearls, I think, today. But either one would be fine. And I do love sparkle. So as a matter of fact, on my card, I'm going to show you. I have one more to show you. And I did use the rhinestones on that. So Judy, you'll be happy about that. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and use the darker ones. We could easily use. I'm going to put one right here. We're not finished with this card yet. I usually wait to, let me try that again. I got too much. I usually wait and I don't put the gems are the last thing I add, but we have one more layer to add to this card, which we're going to do in just a second. And I'm going to pick up, let's go ahead and put one right here. And let's go ahead and put another one right there. And I'm going to bring in this Highland Heather, and this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 and 5 1/2. So it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And it's going to go right on the back of our card. So that will it will complete our card, and it will lay flat in an envelope. You can also stand it up, and I'll show you all of that in just a second. So this is going to be our last step. Usually it's the gems, but so we're going to lay it right down here. I want to make sure I get it even. Hanging on that. It's a little bit tricky because you have so much with your wipers and everything, but all right. And then press that down. So here is our card. Happy to have you in my life. And when someone receives it, they open it up. Happy Valentine's Day. You have a place to write your greeting. The card also can stand up. So what do you think? Do you like this card? It's really an easy fun fold. And I'm calling it a wiper fun fold. Let me show you my other card. Now the other card, I used the designer series paper that comes with this set, that comes with the Sweet Conversations. I think it's called Sweet Talk. And here is the other card. Only I use designer series paper, and you can make it all match. I did not worry about that. I just cut the designer series paper into 3 strips, and I think it looks fine. I use the rhinestones here, and I use basically the same colors. It's just here I made the designer series paper, and here I use the designer series paper that came with in that Sweet Conversation suite. So, and it just opens up like this, and it folds like this. So let me know, what do you like? Do you like the one with the designer series paper the best, or do you like the designer series paper that we made? So Judy, good. I'm glad, Judy, that you like the purple. Thanks, Norma. I'm glad that you like the card and you like the pearls too. Judy, you like the pearls. Good. And thanks, Kathy. I just think I like fun folds, and it was a different type of fun fold. So I thought I would share it with you. And I do want to give credit to Connie Stewart, though. That's who inspired me to make the card. Again, if you would like the dimensions of this card, I'll have in the description, and I did go over them, so you could rewatch this to get all the dimensions, but I will. Hi, Kathy Kelly. Well, I'm glad you found me, and I'm glad you like the cards. And if you would like the dimensions for the card I made last week, from the Awesome Otters, sign up for my newsletter, and I will send that to you. And you can sign up for my newsletter at rustybarncards.com. And I appreciate you watching, appreciate you being here. And I will be, my plan is to be here live on next Tuesday at 1 p.m. So have a great week. And thank you. I'm Terry Hartley at Rustic Barn Cards. Have a great week. See you